Greetings, y'all, and welcome to another edition of the Dirty Yogi. Cause yeah, I'm straight out of the garden again today, all wet and dirty and sweaty, and it's like maybe 85 degrees here already. It's 10:30 in the morning. I've been going since sunrise, and yeah, I was reflecting on how exhausted my body feels already. Like I've done so much already today, and now I'm gonna do yoga. Nah. So what's really happening when we've already done so much physical labor all day to go and do an exercise class? No. That's not what this is. It is so much more and other than an exercise class. So what we need to do is to counterbalance all of the shapes we're taking. And it could be really helpful to do some movement yoga before going into the garden. And I like to use that morning testosterone, that get up and go energy, and just start doing things. I'll stretch a little bit, like always. Oh, that one squeezing and the side bodies. Getting some breath and some length. I hope you're moving with me and not just watching me wondering when this thing's going to begin. It has begun. So yeah, the dirty yoga, we're getting into it. This is also really good for my vanity, which I'm trying to dispel as I age and not care so much about how I look when I'm getting on camera or when I'm dialoguing with anyone, because here we are, real life in a body. Everything's always moving and changing, and this whole freaking world is so dirty, and we've just been conditioned to think we need to, be clean and nice and organized and all that all the time. Meanwhile, everything is falling down. This is only the beginning of July, and there's all these leaves on the ground, and this was just swept or blown. Actually, thank you, Akasha. 3 days ago. And the trees, I think, protecting itself by shedding some leaves as we come into the dry season here, so that there's less, resource use, more water saved, that kind of thing. Yeah, so here we are. I'm going to do some counterbalancing poses to what we may have been doing in the garden or building or working hard, whatever way we work. Yoga is such a blessing of a practice to counterbalance the physical ways that we move through the world, as well as, getting dirty and reminding ourselves that it is indeed a dirty world. And it's messy to be human. It's messy in the mind and messy in the body. And love is messy. So yeah, we might as well just practice getting more comfortable with being a little messy. And that doesn't mean, of course, being without discipline, without alignment, because, it took me to get myself out of bed when I maybe would have rather stay in bed, and all that to do what needs to be done. And the alignment in the poses will keep ourselves safe. So I do encourage wiggling, finding those micro movements and the really little variations that make this more of a yes to your body. Nonetheless, see if you can listen to my cues and my invitations as I invite you to investigate a little more deeply, perhaps some new things. So, my friends, if you need to, please pad your mat. Do you have a mat if you need, or at least something under your knees? I'm going to invite you to begin today on the hands and knees first. So I'm going to face Ma Drone here, this big madrone tree that I'm under. She's so amazing. Look down at my very dirty hands. Oh my gosh, so dirty. Yeah, and let's just first press back and ground. Grounding. Really touching the ground. Press your hips back with the hips to the heels. You could stack up your hands. You could wiggle your hips and wag your tail. Rest your forehead on the earth or your hands, so there's some pressure in the upper center forehead. So maybe a little dip of the chins. The back of the neck is long and open, no sharp angles there. Even give a little press into the upper center of your forehead. And begin to sort of just draw some circles there with your nose, like a quarter or a $50. Remember those? And feel how that's going to be moving the skin of your scalp or your forehead around the big bone of the skull there. And this upper center point is Lalata Chakra. A point that we often innately rub and massage, put pressure on when we're thinking or feeling consternated, just going inside for a moment to figure something out. So it helps to relax the nervous system. So you might circle the other way if you haven't. Or just press hips back. Gentle release of the weight of your head into that third eye center. And let's breathe down through the nose if you're able. Hopefully you blew your nose first. I know for me when I work in the garden, there's a lot of dirt gets in the nose. And so I'm always like that farmer blow, that's a real thing. Like close one nostril and just blast out the other and switch. And, just try to keep yourself clear of as much outer environment as you will, as you're able to. Don't need it in there. And press back. And big breaths again in the nose, down into your root, to the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine that breath be rising up from your pelvic floor. You might give the pelvic floor a little lift, kind of like you're stopping yourself from peeing midstream. As well, lift the deep core under the navel, and then the navel a bit, and clear the breath up and out, if you can imagine, through the crown of the head and through that point, that third eye point, or the chakra point, where the forehead is grounded. And let's here take 3 breaths to ground. Okay, so inhale through the nose down to the root. As you exhale, let's add that bee's breath, the Brahmari, and just give an honoring to the subtle vibrations of life and to all the little things that keep us alive, that grow our food, that keep the systems flowing. Thank you, bees. Thank you, dirt. Thank you, earth. If you'd like to roll your palms up so your thumbs are rolled open to the sides, you can even continue that roll so the pinkies roll up. Feel that external rotation in your shoulders and a nice stretch there. You can have as many bees breaths as you want, or just tune into the sensations there. Be present with your breath, and when you're ready, a bright, intentional breath to your root with a Brahmari or bees breath rising up with a little core engagement through your center. You might also lift the tip of the tongue and eyes to the third eye center. Stay and play with that as you like, or bend the elbows. Take a moment to perhaps bring the prayer hands behind the head, or release the hands to the upper back, tops of the shoulders. Give yourself a little massage there, a little squeegee of that trap muscles. Maybe a little rub from the base of the neck on each side of the spine and side of the neck. up to the base of the skull. And just massage around those little nubby bones at the base of the skull. And just try to get everything to soften here a bit. I know this can be a long time on the knees for some folks, so of course feel free to come up and shake it out or whatever you need to. You could do this sitting up as well, just like it with the weights, release the neck, relax. And to finish up here, because we are moving towards finishing up, just bring the fingers on either side of the spine from the tops of the upper back, the tops of the shoulders, and then along each side of the spine and out through the back of the head, overhead into the earth. And we'll do that a few times. Perhaps you could imagine just clearing anything from the past, any inherited karma, whatever you might be holding there, and just clear that gate. Stretch the arms forward, hands as wide as the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, claw the earth, inhale here, and feel that stretch that happens behind the heart as you claw the fingertips, and just let go with the breath. Again, big inhale, stretch it out with the breath, and as you exhale, lift from the navel and round up to all fours. Hold the mat in if you need to. You could double, triple the mat to have the knees or be on a blanket. You could also hover the knees by turning the toes under and lifting the knees. A whole lot more core work there, but you could do it if you want to. Otherwise, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, spread those dirty fingers wide, root down into the earth, and pull hands isometrically. There's so many ants today. Been moving earth and overrun with ants. All right, so let's pull hands towards knees, shoulders down the back, and reach your heart forward as you lift your tail, lift your crown. Pause there at the top of a bright inhale, and then any exhale, lift the navel as you drop the tail, pull the weight out of the hands, and come light onto your fingertips as you bow the head in deeply. All the breath out there, squeeze, and then inhale, lift the tail, melt the belly down, pull the hands towards the knees, shoulders down the back, shine the heart forward, open up. And as you exhale, tail down, lift the navel around the spine, articulate to one vertebra at a time. Really release there, pause in the emptiness, and inhale as you're ready. Tail up, lift the spine down, heart forward. Face bright and open, maybe even a little smile, because why not? And as you exhale, pull back up from the core. And let's just move with the breath. Try not to go on automatic and just let the most flexible parts of the spine move, but really work to articulate each and every one of your vertebrae. So often the compression or the pain that we feel in the back will be a compression of the less flexible parts not getting fluidity, and that's the signal we get is what feels like pain. Or sometimes it's an overstretching from bending without using the core or without using our knees. So that part is extra fluidized, so much that it's likely even inflamed, and there's sort of trapped fluid there. So you want to move that, move it really slow, and see if you can perceive where some parts are inflamed or puffy with fluid, and where some parts are dry and sticky and stuck without fluid. And let's just try to even it all out. We'll go a couple more breaths. The next time that you round into cat, let's pause with the earth pushed away, shoulders slid off the back, and the head heavy, release towards the earth. Inhale there as you press through the hands and stretch behind the heart even more. And then as you exhale, let's squeeze the right ear, hip, shoulder together, and then open up into cat. Squeeze the left ear, hip, shoulder, lift the navel and round through cow. To the other side, back through cat. And just let your breath lead there, nice and fluid, full roll of your head, your spine, your tail. And you can make that as fancy as you like, it really nice and fluid. Or perhaps at the bottom, just switch directions in these nice investigative sort of circles. Maybe you're pulsing on and off the hands as you do that. Let's go another breath or two, whatever you need to even out. And I'm going to invite you to go ahead and just lay down on your belly. So walk out on the mat by squishing the few ants along the way. And let's first come into Sphinx pose. So lay on the belly, point the toes, legs straight back behind you, and have the elbows just as wide as your shoulders, directly underneath the shoulders, and then pull on the forearms. So you're dragging your heart forward as you push down into your pubic bone. So we press into the pubic bone, pull the heart forward. Use that rooting down to lift the navel, lift the heart up as you draw it forward, and just get as much length in your spine as you can. So watch out for that neck too. Going on. I'll probably keep rubbing my face. Dirt. Dirty. All right. Getting dirty. Dirty yoga. Yeah. All right. Pulling with the forearms. Drag your heart forward. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. And push your pubic bone down into the earth. Make the back of the neck long. So little dip in the chin and slide the upper palate back. Back of the neck long. Lower back long. Oh, heart lengthening forward. Deep breaths here. You could stay right there and just breathe. Notice how each cycle of the breath changes the experience moment to moment of what's happening in the body. Gosh, it's beautiful out there. Stay as you like, or turn your toes under. Bring your toe pads onto the floor. Lift the knees. Inhale there. And as you exhale, we're going to lift from the navel, lift the hips up. Load on up, nice and strong, into a forearm plank. Again, we want the back of the neck long, but not heavy head. So ears right in line with the shoulders. Tilt the tailbone so the hips, tailbone reaches out through the heels, and then lift the navel towards your face. So you're engaging deeply into the core. And you can hold here and breathe for 5 breaths. Melt the heart a little bit, or keep the toes under, and we'll pulse this. Melt the hips down, pull the heart forward. Inhale as you lengthen. And whenever you're ready, follow an exhale to lift from the navel and the hips. Strong core. Hold as you like, either one. Or inhale, lower down, nice and slow. Pull the heart forward. Pause in the fullness of breath. And then as you exhale, power it up. Let's do 3 or 4 more. Please go at your own pace. Be as present with the breath as you are with the movement and sensation. We want to be present with all of it. As dirty yogis, we do not try to cut any part of the reality of life out. We're here for all of it, all that it is to live in a body. So much of what we experience, the shaming of the body, is that shaming, that Puritanism, Christianity, whatever, all of these concepts of purity that we were taught that really separate us from the earth and separate us from ourself, our sensuality, our sexuality, our playfulness. Oh, so much of the good stuff of life. Why would we accept that? Let's get dirty, folks. A couple more rounds of breath. And take your time. Next time you come down, let's just wash those shoulders out a little bit. So come all the way down. Again, you could even rest your forehead on the earth. Slide the hands back under the shoulders and just take a moment to roll the shoulders around. Keep the legs active. Hug them towards one another a bit. Point the toes straight back and press down through the pubic bone and sacrum. Pull both elbows towards the heels. Drag your heart forward when you're ready. Push into pubic bone and sacrum and arch open into cobra. Only to the breathful edge. So if it makes you grip like with, oh, that's intense, go back a little bit, soften. And let's even play with that. find your edge where there's some striving and some shaking and some muscular or bone-to-bone resistance, and then keep pulling hard forward, bending the elbows, and slowly lower till you're like, oh, there. Still some work, some effort, a sense of stretch, but no forcing. Lots of breath. Be with it. And take your time. Stay there or pull elbows back, heart forward or down. Re-engage the strength of your snake's tail. Hug it in, root down and follow an inhale to peel back open into cobra. And let's play with a few more breaths. Hold anywhere along the line or play with finding that edge and then melt out of the edge to somewhere new or pulse in and out with each breath. You might even hiss or shush the breath out there. It's very soothing for the nervous system and kind of like a snake. Come on down again. Go ahead and rest your head. And let's shake your hands out and stretch the arms back behind you. Perhaps hook your thumbs or clasp the hands, or maybe just pull the fingertips straight back. Use whatever hold you've got to squeeze the scapula together. Again, make your legs really strong. Push down through the legs or your tail and your pubic bone. Yeah. And lift your heart up. Tip the chin, keep the back of the neck long. Maybe pull the hands in one ear to one side, same side. Pull the hands in the ear to the other side. With the breath. Back to center and back down. Go ahead and roll or shake everything out as you like there. I've been lifting a lot today, so I actually feel the stiffness in my hands, my arms. So we'll do a little something for that in case you're feeling that as well. But first, one more juicy thing for the shoulders while we're down here, and it's different for the hands, so it won't be hopefully exacerbating that if you're experiencing that. Down to the belly, elbows wide, the whole length of your upper arm bone. So the fingertips are right under the elbows. Again, really feel that snake's tail, legs hugging together, toes pointing straight back, press down to the tail, the pubic bone, the sacrum, and then follow any inhale to roll your shoulders down the back, peel open into a cobra variation, and then follow your exhale to roll the right shoulder down to the earth, right ear down to the earth as you look over the left. And follow your inhale, press down through the snake's tail, peel open, and exhale, spiral to the other side. Let your breath lead. Inhale, open. Exhale, spiral. Oh, yeah, moving with the breath. Oh, take your time, friends. This one's feeling pretty great. So I'm going to keep it going. Maybe another breath or two, whatever you need to even out on both sides. And whenever you're done, again, we'll give a little counter pose to all this back bending that we just did. So hopefully your knees are okay with it. Let's come back to center, hands under the shoulders, peel open through cobra, and back into child's pose. On your way back this time, if you'd like, turn the toes under so the toe pads are on the floor, and press the hips back and wag your tail and stretch everything on out there. And let's really get into that stretch of the feet. If that's a lot for your feet already and feels intense, then just stay with that little press into the heel. Maybe reach back and spread your toes out so you're stretching all the toes and therefore the soles fairly equally. And big breath into that. Perhaps you can feel the wash of fluidity that comes into the lower back as we play like a sponge with the squeezing of the back bends, and then the opening of that counter pose. We're getting everything nice and fluid. And that's when we feel good, is when everything is nice and fluid and moving, and we're not rigidly stuck against anything or making the same movement all the time or anything. And yeah, here I am doing the broken toe sit, as one of my teachers used to call it. I hate that name, especially since I've had a broken toe recently. But just to sit back on the heels and get a little weight, more weight into the feet can be great. Really great, isn't it great? Try it. Breath important, big sighs, lines, breath, tones, moans, jokes, whatever you got. All is well there. Stay with that, or when you're ready, you can come back to hands and knees. You have the tops of your toes, just a little love tap there. Again, always looking for those counterbalances, because as yogis, specifically tantric, dirty yogis, we are into all of it. So we're going to play with the polarities from one end to the other, and all the nuance and beauty and curiosity and wonder in between. When you're ready, on hands and knees, melt the heart, toes back under. Don't worry, it's just a gentle one this time. Inhale the hips back, exhale, lift the knees and come up into downward dog. And let's just play with bicycling the feet out here. So bend one knee deeply, pull the hips and core back, relax the neck and the mouth. And then switch, bend that other knee deeply, pull back strongly from the hips and core, press through the hands, big bright inhale, and again each side. And take your time, no rush at all. Follow any breath to walk or hop forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to really free your hands up and feel some ease, and nothing too intense there. Shake your hands out. Shimmy your shoulders out. Just imagine emptying out any stuckness or inflammation or stories or resistances in your shoulders, arms, hands. And hug your feet to the earth. Lift and spread your toes. Claw the earth with your toes. Pull them towards your heels and lift your arches, your knees, your quads, your navel. Root to rise and keep pulling that earth energy up. Lift your front body bright as you lift the heart up. Keep pushing down through your feet even as you pull earth energy up through your feet. And then take your time. At the top, let's follow an inhale to open wide and gather up, and an exhale to center in. Again, inhale, open wide, and gather up the sky. Thank you, beautiful tree. Thank you, sun. Thank you for this tender little breeze. And at the top this time, let's go ahead and take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, and then pull that left arm up to the sky as you push down through that left foot, and then side bend. Reach that on over to the right. As you push into that left foot, find a big crescent to the right, and a big full breath into that left side body. Again, inhale there, and as you exhale, lift from the core. Come up in center, maybe roll the wrists around. If you want to exhale, fly it down. Inhale, fly it back up. Take hold of that right wrist. Pull straight up to the sky. Even wiggle up out of the waist. Really push down through that right foot. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, side bend to your left, making a big crescent. Push into the outside of that left foot. Inhale, pull that right hand over towards the left side. Push the outside of the right foot. Pull that right hand. Big bright inhale into that right side body. And as you exhale, lift from the deep core and come up. Flow the arms down. Follow your inhale back up to the sky. And follow the exhale to flow the hands down. Again, let's interlace the hands behind you. Hook or clasp the fingers. And then push your sacrum down. Use that pushing down of your sacrum to bounce your heart to the sky, and squeeze the elbows and shoulders together on the back. Keep the back of the neck long. Breathe a bright, blossoming breath into your heart. Yes. Yes. Breathe your yes to life. And next inhale, let's pull those arms down and back as you squeeze the shoulders. Open the heart and find any breathful edge of heart to sky. Big bright inhale there. And as you exhale, bend the knees. Keep that heart lifting. Lengthen the lower back. Pull the low ribs back. Utkatasana. Exhale, seat towards the edge of the knees, this with the variation of the arms. And then follow an inhale to lift the arches, knees, quads, navel, and pull your spine forward over the legs. With an exhale, relax the neck. Roll the head around. And then bend the right knee. Pull the hands to the right and under that left shoulder as you push left leg straight and strong. Inhale. And as you exhale, switch sides. And just follow your breath again each side. Just pulsing side to side. When you're done, release the hands to the low back if you like. Give your low back some love. Thank you for all the hard work it does. Make sure it feels supported. And you can continue that little love all the way down through your booty. Yeah, you can rub your own booty because you're a dirty yogi, dirty yogi. And down the backs of your legs, hamstrings, quads. Those are not quads, those are calves. And all the way down. All the way down, big hug in. Oof, thank you, body. Thank you, body. Wow. We might take our abilities and our health and our body for granted sometimes, but what a freaking blessing this thing is. It's a joy machine. It's a pleasure machine. It's a love machine. It can get lots done. Yeah, I can really create so much joy and wonder and beauty and nourishment in life. So here we are. Yeah, yay for life in a body. When you're ready, at the front of your mat, or step to the front of your mat with the right foot. So right foot forward, we'll step the left foot back. You can start with that back knee down and get yourself set up in a good way so that your right heel, your front heel, is directly under that knee. And then the hands are framing that front foot. And give a little pull with your fingertips to slide the shoulders down the back and peel your heart open like in your cobra pose. And let's turn the back toes under, back toes on the floor, and follow your next inhale to stretch that back heel back and the heart forward. And follow your next exhale to push into the ball of that front foot and pull the hip back. Peel the outer toes back and lengthen out over that leg. Let your breath lead. Inhale, arching forward and open. Exhale back into the extension. And just ride the waves of your breath here, folks, through that arching open. Into that bowing into yourself. Take your time. 3 or 4 more breaths. Pause. And we're back to feel into it. Take your time, no rush at all. Come back to the front when you're ready. We'll bring the hands or the forearms down inside that front leg. And some options here. You could play a little more. Back knee up or down. Pull that front hip back. Peel the toes back. And then dig that heel in. You can swing your hips wide, side to side. Or you could pulse in and out of that with the hands inside. There's just a lot more freedom there for this rotation. Stay curious. Feel free to play there as you like. Or node on down. Hands or forearms down. Back knee up or down. Lizard lunge. 5 breaths. Big breaths in the nose. If you can. And out the mouth. Please continue with that as you like. Come on back up onto your hands. Turn the back toes under, lift that knee. Inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze to core and then swoop that right leg wide and back to plank. Inhale, strong core, long spine in plank. Exhale, shift forward, lower to earth or chaturanga. Follow your breath. Pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulders onto the back. Breathe into that bright yes to life in the body. And then follow your exhale back to child's pose or downward dog. And perhaps take 2 or 3 breaths to move it around or just rest and notice what's different in this pose this time than in your last one or your first one. Big inhale. Whenever you're ready, stretch back into your down dog. And exhale, you can walk or hop forward. It's a wop. It's like a walking hop. Try it. And in that forward fold, you can shake your wrists out, roll your hands around, shimmy your shoulders out, give your head a little nod, roll around, shimmy your knees. Blah, 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 blah. Empty out. Let go. Bow in deep. Give yourself a big hug. And just pour the weight into the left foot and step the right foot way back. And you might begin with the back knee down. Be sure that you've really got that front knee directly under the heel, directly under the knee. And then pull on the earth to shine the heart forward. Soft jaw and tongue. I always encourage those letting go breaths. Horse lips, lion's breath, tiger's breath, bears, oh my, whatever you got there. And following the inhale, just stretch that back heel back, heart forward. And then exhale to push into the ball of that front foot. Pull the hip back, pull the toes back. Once more, this can be done with the back knee up or down, what's right for your body. Find as much arching open as you can, and as much lengthening back as you can, and just ride the waves of your breath. And please continue to play with that as you like, or bring both hands inside. Again, you could melt directly into the lizard lunge, or pull the hip back, peel your toes back, dig that heel in, and swing your hips wide as you pivot on that front heel that's really dug in and kind of like pulling back towards the back foot. So there's lots of muscular action, and we got a big old booty swing. And feel, oh yeah, all those adductors, the side bodies that connect to the outer hamstring. Oh, so much goodness there. Everything. The everything. Back at it. All the everything. Play in that dance as you like, or go ahead and come into your lizard lunge. Back knee up or down, on the hands or forearms. And rock and roll it around, or just melt there. Big breaths in the nose. Out the mouth. A few more. All right, before we transition this time, I want to invite you to a wide-legged stance. So we're going to pivot that front foot and the back foot until you come into both feet parallel, and you're in a wide-legged stance. And you can play with that however you like. Keep your feet that wide, walk them closer if your adductors are screaming, or maybe just for fun, you walk the feet wider, wherever you can be breathful and smiling. Extra points. And breathe. Feel free to stay and play with that. Play in the wide-legged forward fold, walking hands back behind you to go deeper into the pose, or you can hold your ankles to do that. Maybe the crown of the head comes to the floor. It comes to the floor before you want it to, because you want the leg stretched, and maybe walk the legs together more as you walk the spine deeper. If the crown of the head comes to the floor and you're inspired towards an inversion, please do that. Maybe with the hands as wide as the shoulders, place the hands so when the elbows are bent, the wrists, elbows, and shoulders are making like a nice square, like a shelf. There you could put your knees on the shelf of your arms, or maybe you could open your legs wide or squeeze them into center and then lift them up to the sky. And let's just take a minute or two. Let's see, that's somewhere between 6 and 12 breaths to play in your wide-legged fold. We will do a little skandasana or side to side after this. So it feels right for you right now. Another minute or so. Any little movements or variations. Just staying very present with your breath, with your body. And no rush at all, friends. Whenever you're ready, let's come back to the wide-legged stance. And now we'll turn the heels in and toes out. Bend the knee, so that one knee. So the middle knee, middle toe, middle knee are pointing the same direction. And then go ahead and bend the other knee with the middle knee, middle toe pointing the same direction. Maybe that opposite foot, the toes come up. Maybe. And sink low in the hips as maybe you lift high in the corners of your mouth. And just give a little smile down there into all those sensations of awakening in your groins and your hips. Oh, maybe get some side body here. Stretch that top arm out as you go to one side. Press that leg wide with the lower arm. Oh, so good, really. I swear it is. And I know maybe if it's the first time or you don't do it a lot, you're like, and you want to just get out of it pretty quickly. Oh, because there's so many emotions there in the hips. And there may be a lot of shaking. And if there's any knee pain, just come up higher. But look for, once again, fluidity. We're not trying to force anything. Hopefully we're not running away from anything. We're able to be present with ourselves and all our parts with the fluidity, staying curious, noticing how things move and change from breath to breath, from moment to moment, from side to side. Maybe you've got a last breath or two to each side. This part. Whatever you need is welcome there. Always feel free again to play with that wiggle. Just stay really curious. And I do think alignment is important, but my God, they have conditioned the wiggle out of it, us, and so many levels of being. And I think that wiggle is so critical to finding like the little parts that are stuck that we've ignored and kind of gripped around. We might not even notice we're there. So when something's uncomfortable, I notice ourselves gripping, encourage you to just kind of wiggle, to shake on purpose, to see what's there and get it unstuck. Let's walk towards your front foot now, or the left foot. So second side, hands inside. Make like you're trying to pull the feet together, squeeze those inner thighs together. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, use that core strength, that plugging into the core with all your parts, so that front foot gets light, and open it out wide to the side, back to plank. Inhale, shift forward in your plank. Exhale, lower to earth or chaturanga. Follow your inhale to up dog or cobra. Maybe roll it around there. Play with anything you like. And whenever you're ready, make your way back to child's pose or downward dog. And resting entirely in child's pose, or maybe get that little massage moment in that we started with, or bicycle your feet out in down dog, or pull your hips back strong and swing your dirty little tail. And relax your dirty head. Stay with that, or step the feet so there's one of your feet's lengths between them, and then pivot all toes to the right. Push into the outside of that right foot, and your right hand, inhale, lengthen, big breath. And as you exhale, lift from the navel and pivot to the other side. Inhale, push into the outside of the left foot, left hand. Stretch it out, big breath. And as you exhale, lift from the navel, pivot. Let's go a couple more each side. Inhale to stretch, press, and reach through hand and foot. Exhale, lift from the core, pivot. And again, really present with your breath. See what's different this time. Last side. Or maybe your body told you that it would appreciate one more set, or a couple more sets, or something different. Take your time. Whenever you feel complete, stretch back in your down dog. Big inhale. And use an exhale. Hop or step through to lying on your back. Yay! And just know that any yoga session you do, you're usually gonna end up laying down on your back. So if somewhere along the way you decide, oh, it's too hard, or this is too long, or I'm sick of listening to this person, or I have other better things to do, then I encourage you to just jump to this part. Just lay down on your back. Do it. Step your feet as wide as the mat and stretch the arms up overhead on the earth. Inhale as you reach through the knees and the fingertips. And exhale, lift the navel and pull the knees through center. And inhale the knees to the other side. Stretch it out long, and exhale, knees through center as you push down through your glutes. And just ride your breath side to side. Inhale the stretch. Exhale the transition. You can stay with that windshield wipering as you like, or I know it's just so good, so we might as well just do it. Feet wide as the mat, both knees to the right, let's say, yeah. And then cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Draw that thigh down and across. You're really getting a nice front of the left thigh and groin stretch. Yeah, breathe into that. Stay in that stretch there. Or pick it up. Ankle rini. Pull that bottom thigh in as you ease the top thigh away with your elbow and actively draw those top toes back. Soften the jaw and the tongue as you rock and roll that around. Stay with that or add some core to it. Interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale as you exhale, pull bottom thigh to midline and navel to spine. Float the sacrum and the shoulders. You can continue with any of that or keep spiraling that top leg around the bottom one to eagle legs. Options, just hug the legs together or find any twist that's right for you. If your right leg's on top, we're going to switch the hips over to the right more, and then we'll bring that right knee to the left. Use your left hand to push the head of that right femur down, hips away from the ribs, and stretch that right arm up. Breathe right side body long, and then open right arm up to the right as you roll to that right ear or towards it. And you can use the left hand closer to that right knee to encourage the knee down and across. Scoop that right shoulder down the back, slide it down the back, and then melt that shoulder towards the earth as much as you can. Big breaths in the nose. Once more, if you're striving so much here that you're unable to have deep, full breaths, then stop it. Just stop it. Don't just stop it, really. What you want to do is soften it, melt it. Come back to a place where there's still some sensation, some effort, but you're being kind to yourself. You're able to be present with yourself in a loving way, like the way you'd want to be with a beloved, or the way you'd want them to be with you. Like present enough to really feel you, to hear you, to see you. But not so present you're like, get out of my face, or stop telling me what to do. And not so distant that you're like, were you even there? Hello? In that place where you're present with yourself. You're really actively engaged in your awareness to notice all the things without forces, without running away or drifting away. Stay present. Just a couple more breaths here. And please stay longer if your body asks you to, or unwind back to center and hug your knees in. Take a little rock into your back body. Maybe imagine feeling that sun in your face or in your heart like I do right now. I just feel all lit up like a great ball of light, which I believe we all are. I've seen it. We are all just great blobs of light in these illusions of bodies and these experiences of this bodysuit. Hands too. And when you're ready, release the legs. Step the feet as wide as the mat. And let's windshield wiper side to side. And at least take a few breaths that way once more to really be present with the fluidity. And you're reminding your body of its fluid nature. And stay in that yummy fluidity as long as you like. It could be the base of your practice. Or with the feet as wide as your mat, we'll go into the other side. So both feet wide, both knees to the left, and pause, and then cross that left ankle over your right thigh. Draw that right thigh down and across as you keep reaching up through the arms. Get all that length there. Imagine sending the breath directly into those sensational areas, or those resistant areas. I see you. I breathe you. I love you, even if you're resistant. Please feel free to stay just as you are, or keep that ankle over knee there. Let's set up with the legs, and let's interlace the hands behind that bottom thigh. Pull bottom thigh in towards center as you ease the top thigh away with your elbow and actively draw those top toes back straight, strong top ankle. Big breaths in the nose if you're able, and out the mouth. Rock and roll it around. Play with that pull press. Wherever there's softness in your mouth and fullness in your breath. My Velcro dog, my Amakua, my sweet love. He loves to be near me, but the day is getting hot and he just decided to get up and walk away. He's gonna go under the deck. But as he's walking away, he turned to look back like, is this okay? I'm sorry, I have to leave. Just like, it's the best pathetic look. So that just happened. All right, stay with that or at the core. Continue as you like with that ankle over knee core. And then whenever you like, You could unspiral that into your eagle twist. So we'll shift the hips to the left. Take that left knee across to the right. Bring the right hand to the head of that left femur, right up there in the groin crease. Push it down, moving that hip away from the rib. Stretch your top arm up. Breathe into that length there, and then roll open to the left. Left palm open to the left. Roll to that left shoulder. Keep the right hand helping that left leg across, so perhaps slide it down further towards the left knee. Scoop that left shoulder blade down your back as you roll to the left ear and look towards your right. And just use a little muscular action. Prone the left knee across to the left shoulder. Please stay in the twist as long as you like. Use an exhale to pull in from the core, slowly unwind. Shift to your sacrum and hug the knees in. Big breath into your back body. And stay in that little breathful back body massage hug. Or light it up. Find your way to a bridge. Heels on the earth, under the knees as wide as the hips. Squeeze the shoulders together on the back by pulling on a clasp or a hook of your hands, or hold to the side of the mat. Lift the chin, really make sure the chin is perpendicular to the earth, and the pressure is on the upper center, back, and head. Root down into all your points of contact. Squeeze and engage the strength of your back body to open the front body brighter. Notice the knees might want to pop wide. Draw them together so they stay just as wide as the hips. And breathe here. Maybe sigh or sing here, or talk to the sky or the trees here. And stay with that as you like, or big squeeze, lift it all up, and any exhale, ripple it on down. Hug the knees in, and perhaps turn that into happy baby. Use your elbows to press the thighs wide. Rock your baby, maybe play with leg extensions. Anything inspired here as you rock and roll on the earth, and just breathe this beautiful, messy, dirty body that you're in. Oh my gosh, maybe through our practice and through gardening and through allowing ourselves to get dirty and be imperfect and messy sometimes and be present with how messy it is to love and to live, then maybe we can reclaim our innocence and return to that natural joy and wonder of that baby self we were and that is always living within us. Play with that right now as you like, or you could release into Shavasana, or feet together and knees wide. If you do that, if your legs are not laying flat on the earth, I encourage you to just bring your fists lightly under the edge of your legs, just so your legs can feel them. They don't have to be actually fully weighted onto them, but just able to melt into it, and then the groins, the adductor muscles will relax a little more. So support yourself. Feel the support of the earth. take a few deep, full, intentional breaths, maybe with an echo inhale. And a squeeze, squeeze, tense, tense, and then a melt, and melt, and exhale. Let your muscles and bones be heavy, soft, and relaxed. Fall into the embrace of Mother Earth, like perfectly fitted baby child Earth. Reflecting the abundance of this planet, all the beautiful nourishment, all the teachings of life as you really present, the dropping, washing, composting, the sprouting, the renewal, the blossom, fruiting, the delights of fruit, and the falling away, the fullness, just when you thought you had it all. Everything, moving, changing. And you feel yourself perfect amidst it all, within it all, as all of it. See if you can stay in a relative stillness for at least 2 minutes. It's 12 breaths or so. So perhaps you count your breath or create a mantra that's about the length of the breath, about 5 or 6 seconds. In and 5 or 6 seconds. Out. Sense if you can drop or have dropped into a place of just being. Sense yourself as part of this earth, healing, growing, moving, changing. At some level, always, each day. In the very center, in the very furthest expanse of it all. Steadiness, still point, brilliant ball of light, the truth of what you are, unchangeable, unbreakable self, Anahata. perhaps you stay resting longer. If your knees are wide, use the hands to draw the legs together whenever you want to come back. And then you might stretch out long, reach through your limbs, stretch out through your fingers and toes, give a wiggle, spiral wrists and ankles, wiggle, wiggle, making your beautiful dirty little sound. Oh, I should make a sound like that. Yeah. And stay and play there as you like, or roll to one side. The bottom arm could be your pillow. You give yourself a hug there at first if you like, or just continue to feel that blessing and embrace of earth. Whenever you're ready, with the knees bent slightly, just at ease, slide that top hand somewhere around the heart and push in and drape it up. Keep your neck soft. Try to keep that sweetness with you as you come back up. Maybe fix your hair or don't, because who cares? Everything is so messy. Yeah. And take your time to find your way to any that you see. Just to be present with the transitions. You don't have to have a long sit. Perhaps you do. There's real magic to just sitting. I promise. For years I thought that asana was my yoga, and why would I then meditate? I just did that. But indeed, there's real magic to just sitting intentionally in a relative stillness and just being in the meditation, being with what it is to be in a body in this world, and this day, in this moment. Yeah, so take pause as long as you will to just notice your body now, your breath now, all that's moved and changed, and perhaps a delicious stillness at your center, or pulsing vibrancy that's there too. And imagine into any heart quality or energy that you sense there, or that you would like to sense there. It's there. All of it is always there inside of you. So tune in. Choose your focus. Imagine it glowing, growing, bigger and brighter in your heart. Nourishing all the parts of your being as it radiates out through center. Out into the space around you. And out and out and out into the world. Yeah. So grateful for this practice. So grateful to all of our teachers, gurus, and lineages. So grateful for breath and embodiment. Dirt. Thanks for getting dirty with me today, folks. There's more where that came from. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night if this is your before bed after work practice. And yeah, life.